So today we're doing the top 10 quarterbacks heading into the 2020 NFL season, which we're hopefully going to get to see and watch, because we might not be able to do that, but we're going to do it anyways. So first, I have Mahomes. I think that's undeniably the number one quarterback in the league right now. He's so versatile, and he's just the best quarterback in the league. In second, we're going to have Russell Wilson. I think he can do everything you want a quarterback to do. He's just not quite as good as Mahomes, quite frankly, even though in many years he would have been the number one quarterback in the league. Every year he's able to carry the Seahawks, usually to the playoffs, and I think he's still a threat to win the Super Bowl. Check out the recent video on that. This next tier of quarterbacks behind Wilson, who I think is in his own second tier, behind Mahomes' own first tier, is going to start with Lamar Jackson, just because he had one of the best seasons last year. He led quarterbacks of all time rushing yards. He also led the NFL in passing touchdowns last year, which shows even if he's just an average passer, he can still get it done and get touchdowns, which is the end goal of every drive and every game. So I have to put Lamar at 3 because he's just dynamic, and his season last year was incredible. Next quarterback in this tier is Drew Brees, one of the most accurate passers in NFL history. He just shows every year that he can still compete even at an old age, recently canceled, but he's still elite, and every single year the Saints are Super Bowl contenders, sometimes Super Bowl favorites. So I can't take him out of the elite conversation until he shows that he's not an elite quarterback anymore. Next quarterback is Deshaun Watson. I debated putting him in third, but because of Lamar's incredible season and Drew Brees' continued excellence, I'm going to have to keep him at 5th. I think he's just an elite quarterback, and he's doing it all with less. He's doing it with a worse team than a lot of the other guys in the league are. And every single year in his career, he's been dominating some games, and sometimes you just can't stop him from gaining yards on every single play, whether it's running, passing, getting his eye knocked out and throwing a touchdown. It doesn't matter. He's going to get the ball downfield. In 6th, we have Tom Brady. Tom Brady, we all know what he's done in his career, but last year he did look like he lost a step. I think that step that he's lost sort of be brought back to him with the addition of the receivers, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, O.J. Howard, and Gronk coming back to him. I think we can see him go back to that dominating form we've seen him go through for most of his career so far, and get back in that elite conversation this year as he ages. 7th quarterback on this list is Aaron Rodgers. Although I don't think he's elite, he's still very efficient, even if he doesn't have the same stats as he has earlier in his career. He's still bringing his team, even if it's in a more game manager role, to the playoffs and making deep runs, and that's why the Packers still have a chance to win the Super Bowl this year. Next quarterback on this list is Carson Wentz. He has good mobility and is very accurate, and he's already shown he can carry a team to the playoffs. I think if he keeps improving, he's going to be elite in the league in a few years. And obviously with the big contract that the Eagles just signed him to, he's going to need to be elite to carry that team to the playoffs again and again and again. Next up is Matt Stafford. A lot of people don't pay much attention to him because he's on the Lions, but if you look at his season last year before he broke his back, and he wanted to play through a broken back, that's crazy to think about. He was having a really good season before he got hurt, and then the Lions went down the tubes. And now when they got a top 3 pick, they can be threatening this year because of that record that doesn't show their true talent, which they would have been able to show with Matt Stafford on the field. The next quarterback on this list is Dak Prescott. He's shown he can make the playoffs and he can have good stats, but he hasn't done those things both in one year, so he's going to need to show that before he can become a better quarterback in the eyes of all the fans, because if you can't win with good stats, it just looks like he's getting carried by Zeke when they're winning, and when they're not winning, it looks like he's just commanding a bad team, even though they have great talent around him that should be helping him carry them to the playoffs. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like the video, and watch other videos and subscribe and like the video.